Hey folks, it's your boy Jimmy back again with the third installment of Slurv101. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to create a thread and then use it to dominate your rivals. So, if you can't find a thread in the thread list about the topic of your choosing, you can create a new thread. To do that, all you have to do is click the little plus sign here on the left next to threads, or you can click on the green plus sign here on the top of the all thread list. Both do the same thing, so it doesn't matter which you click. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is pick a name for your thread. For this one, we're going to do STL Blues. Believe it or not, we hadn't created one yet. So the thread slug is what is going to appear here on the left next to the hashtag. So I'm just going to keep it simple and keep it as STL Blues. And then in the description, what you're going to want to do is talk about what the thread is actually going to discuss. So for this one, we'll say general discussion of blues, hockey, and roar bacon. All right, so once you do that, you just click create thread. That simple. If you ever need to make changes for your thread, all you have to do is click this little gear icon next to the thread name and edit thread. From here, you can change the name or the description. One thing you'll notice is you cannot change the slug of the thread, so make sure you pick a good one the first time. And any changes you can save. Also here, if you ever need to delete a thread, just click archive thread and it'll get rid of it. Like when we had one to troll the developers that are Cubs fans, we quickly deleted that after the Cubs eliminated the Cardinals, unfortunately. All right. The next step is to add some integrations to the thread. So what you're going to want to do is click the gear icon again and then go to manage integrations. Here under news sources, you will find a ton of preloaded resources for you. Simply click on the topic that you would like to get news for and activate. So for this one, it's a blues thread. So I'm going to click add teams, scroll down, find the St. Louis Blues, and click activate. So now anytime Yahoo talks about the St. Louis Blues, it's going to drop right into my thread. You can also do Roto World, and you can activate any NHL news or any NHL player news. So you can kind of scroll through these and see all the different ones. You'll notice we have a bunch. Okay. Then you'll also notice once you've added it, it'll show you here in the thread itself, so that way you can see that the integration went through. Let me go back. So we've already covered news sources. Now I want to discuss Twitter feeds. So if I want to add the Twitter feed of a team that I'm following or a specific beat writer for that team, I can do that here. Simply click integrate, and then all you have to do is type in their Twitter handle. So real simple. I would recommend finding them first before you do this, so you're not trying to go back and forth. A lot easier. And okay. So once you're done, you can add as many or little as you want. So you can keep typing until your heart's content. But once you're done, you just click done with Twitter integrations. And I should also say, in the news sources, you can add as many or as little as you want as well. There really is no limit to that. Lastly, with integrations, you'll notice there's a third option for RSS feeds. I'm not going to get into that on this episode because it's a little bit more in depth. If you understand RSS feeds, feel free to use it. All you have to do is type in the RSS feed there and it'll do the same thing as the others. If you don't understand, don't worry. We'll cover that in a future episode, so make sure to stay tuned for that. All right. Now that you're done, you'll see all your integrations added here. One thing I want to warn you, you're not going to see everything immediately. It takes a few minutes for the site to process it and start pulling. So I'd give it a few minutes, and then anytime something is posted in the future, you'll start seeing on there. Just to show you what an integration will look like once it starts posting, you'll see that it'll post the source and some of the metadata of it. So you'll see picture, video, GIF, whatever it is, you'll see that posted there. See if I can find you a tweet real quick so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna have to scroll too much. So also a pro tip, if you want to get a bunch of integrations but you don't want your league mates or anyone else to see that information, you can use private threads to create the same thread. Just don't invite anyone else, and then you'll be the only one that can see that information. Like I mentioned in the previous video, private threads have the same exact functionality as the public threads. The only difference is you can limit who sees it by inviting specific users or inviting no one if you just want it to be for yourself, you and all your friends, so to speak. All right. So now you signed up and talking, and hopefully after watching this, you'll be able to use Slurv to its full potential, so that way you can dominate your rivals and let them hear about it. Or as we like to say here at Slurv, be a sore winner. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, hit us up in the FAQ thread on Slurv, and be sure to stay tuned for the next episode where I'm going to show you how to create a private league and bring your league mates on so you can start the trash talk.